Frodo from The Lord of the Rings didn't speak English, and I'll show you what his real language sounded like. In the books and movies, all the characters are depicted speaking English, but J.R.R. Tolkien has confirmed that this is just a pseudo-translation of what their languages actually would have been. Tolkien was a linguist and he loved to create languages, and basically Middle-earth was just a place for those languages to take shape. And that's part of why his world building was so compelling, with the orcs and elves having their own languages. But the hobbits had their own language too. Or more accurately, they spoke Westron, the common speech, which a lot of non-hobbit characters spoke too. And that makes sense because how could English exist in their universe without all the historical factors that led to English existing? Like, in order for English to exist, French would have had to exist as well to account for all the French loanwords, and Latin would have had to exist, and the Roman Empire would have had to exist. So Tolkien translated Westron to English so we didn't have to learn a whole language to understand the story. But he did it in an interesting way, mapping different varieties of English onto different classes and groups in Middle-earth. But if we didn't have this English overdub, even the characters' names would look a lot different. So for instance, Frodo's real name was Maura, Sam's real name was Banazir, and the real name of Rivendell is Carningul. Unfortunately, Tolkien didn't leave us with much beyond names and like their sound system, even in secondary resources. Which I think is a shame, but it appears to be a deliberate move by Tolkien to keep people from getting distracted from the story. Although you can find fan reconstructions that say things like Wanuma means I am. I don't know where they got that from, but yeah. Anyway, the point is, if any of those characters ever came to our universe, we'd have to put them in some language classes.